Hi, everyone. My name is Danielle. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to be doing a 45-minute class focusing on twists today. So during our practice, I want you to think about how you can cultivate more space within your body, but also how you can cultivate more space within your life for good things. So with twists, it's a great detoxifier for the body. So thinking about kind of wringing out all those things that no longer serve you in your life and creating and cultivating more space for the good. So just start out by finding a comfortable seat and start to gently close your eyes. Begin to drop into your breath here. Notice each part of the inhale, each part of the exhale. And see, even within just the breath, if you can find more space in the body. Allowing each inhale to sweep over you, and each exhale to clear out a little more space. Letting go of those things we no longer need. Making more room for the good that's to come. Just allowing your breath to be smooth, connected, natural. And allow your hands to make their way to heart center. So Anjali Mudra, palms pressing into one another here. Inhale, lift your heart up to meet those hands. Exhale, let the breath go. We'll begin practice today with the sound of one Om. Take a full inhale. Om. Gently allow the eyes to flutter open. Namaste, everyone. And we'll get started. So you can stay seated in Sukhasana with the legs crossed. Just allowing both sit bones to really root down into the ground underneath you. And as you inhale, sweep your arms high towards the sky and think about lengthening through both sides of the body, but still allowing the shoulders to drop down away from your ears here, finding a nice long neck. Breathe in. As you breathe out, take a twist to the right. So bring your left palm to connect to your right thigh and bring that right hand directly behind you, pressing down into the earth and creating a little bit of a kickstand here. So as you inhale, can you find more length? And as you exhale, can you twist from the center of the body a little deeper? Maybe you even bend into that right elbow to see if you can twist a little deeper. Breathe in to lengthen all the way up to the crown of the head. Breathe out to twist a little deeper. One more full inhale here. And full exhale to twist. Gently allow yourself to unwind, come back through center. And then sweep both arms up towards the sky again. Keep rooting down through the sit bones evenly. As you exhale, take that twist over to the opposite direction to the left. Right hand connects to your left thigh. Left palm behind the sacrum, rooting down as a kickstand. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Exhale, twist, maybe even bending into that back elbow, guiding the twist a little deeper. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Take one more breath in here. Exhale, twist. And then gently start to unwind. Bring yourself back to center. And then bring your palms out in front of you. Draw your chest forward, bringing yourself into a tabletop position. So onto your hands and knees, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees here. Start to root down through your left palm. And then stretch your right fingertips out in front of you first, thumb pointed up towards the ceiling. Engage your core. And then reach those right fingers up towards the ceiling. Breathe in, broaden through your collarbones. As you breathe out, start to thread the needle, but don't drop that shoulder all the way onto the ground yet. We're just going to thread it undertaking this twist. Inhale, open back up, arm reaches high. Exhale, twist over towards your left, sinking your hips back. One more time. Inhale, reach high, open the chest. Exhale, bring that shoulder underneath, twisting the heart over. And then inhale, reach high. Exhale, reach the fingertips out in front of you just like you came into it. Come back through your tabletop. Take one round of cat-cows here to reset. Inhale, lift your tailbone, lift your gaze. Exhale, press the mat away, round your spine, belly button lifts. And then come back to tabletop. We'll take it to the opposite direction. So root down through your right palm. Make sure you're spreading all fingers wide here. And then reach your left fingertips out in front of you first. Find your balance. And then stretch the left arm high towards the sky. Breathe in. As you breathe out, take that twist, looping the left shoulder underneath the right. And then inhale, reach it high once more. Exhale, thread it under, twisting here from the belly. Inhale to reach high. One last time. Exhale to twist. Inhale, lift your heart, broaden through the collarbones, and then release that left arm out in front of you and then back down towards the earth. Take another round of cat-cows. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, gaze drops, cat pose. Come back to a neutral spine and then sink your hips back over your heels to find a child's pose here. So know that this pose is always available to you throughout your practice. So if you ever need to reset, take a break, or just find your breath, this is always available to you. Keep this nice and active as you stretch your fingertips long towards the top of your mat. Breathe in and breathe out. With your next inhale, guide yourself back through tabletop. Start to tuck your toes and then press your hips up and back, downward facing dog, lifting those outer hip bones up and back. So let's start by just taking some waves here with the body. So take a deep bend in your knees and see if you can bring your belly and your chest a little bit closer to the tops of your thighs. Inhale here and exhale. With your next inhale, start to draw yourself forward to a plank pose. So coming up high onto the tiptoes here. You're almost starting to roll your shoulders over your wrists. The crown of your head is reaching forward. Draw your belly button up into your spine. And then exhale, bend into your knees, downward facing dog. So we'll take 2 more of these just like that. Bend into your knees, sink your belly down towards the tops of your thighs. Inhale, ripple forward. Try to keep your hips in line with your shoulders here. Engage your core. Downward facing dog. Press your hips up and back. One more time. Deep bend in the knees. Press your hips up and back even more. Inhale, ripple forward. Engage your core. Exhale, soft bend in the knees. Come back, downward facing dog. Nice work, everyone. Inhale, lift your right leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step it all the way through center. Find your low lunge. If that foot doesn't quite get there, you can always guide it forward with your hand. Root into your left palm. Stretch the right fingertips out in front of you first, and then take a twist. Low lunge twist. Broaden through the collarbones. Breathe in. Breathe out. Start to stretch that right arm long over the ear. Get long through the side body. And then pivot your feet over to the left. Find a wide leg forward fold. But keep crawling your hands back towards that back left foot. Your right hand can connect to your leg. Or if you want to keep it closer towards the midline here, you can plant that right palm underneath you. And then just start to stretch your left arm high towards the ceiling, finding a twist here. Try to keep a nice flat back. You can always bend into that left elbow and place your hand on your sacrum just to make sure you're keeping your hips nice and even. Breathe in here and breathe out. Slowly start to release this twist and crawl your hands back to the top of the mat. Find your low lunge. And then tap that left knee down to the earth. Untuck your toes. Take your twist once again. Inhale, reach the right arm forward and then up towards the sky. Breathe in and breathe out. Lighten up on those left fingertips And then start to draw that right hand towards the back of your mat. Open your chest. As you find your balance and press into that right foot, can you take an open twist here? So the left hand is reaching towards the top of your mat. The right fingertips are reaching towards the back. Breathe in and breathe out, twisting from the center of the body here. Slowly start to tilt your torso back forward. Wrap your right arm underneath your left, finding eagle arms. So if the palms don't quite meet here, you can always bring the backs of the hands to touch. Open up the back of the heart space here. Breathe in into your crescent lunge, Asana, and breathe out, just taking a gentle fold, bringing those elbows to frame over your right knee. Take one more inhale here. And exhale, softly unwind your arms, plant your palms to frame out that right foot. Tuck your back toes, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward, plank pose. This time as you exhale, lower all the way down into the belly. The elbows are pointed directly back, hugging them in tight to the sides of your body. Root down the tops of your feet. Baby Cobra, Bhujangasana, just the heart lifts. Exhale, find a child's pose. Sink it back, hips over heels. Lengthen your arms long in front of you. Take a full breath in here. Exhale to reset. Inhale, draw yourself back to tabletop. And then tuck your toes, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg sweeps high behind you. Toes pointed down towards the earth here. Try to square off those hips. As you exhale, step it through center. Low lunge. Reach the left fingertips out in front of you first, and then twist, reaching the left hand high. Open up your heart space here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Start to stretch that left arm long over the ear towards the top of the mat, and then pivot your feet. Crawl your hands over for a wide-legged forward fold. Keep journeying that left hand back to connect to the right leg or ankle. Or once again, you can always keep it center in the mat. And then stretch your left fingertips up towards the sky. Your right fingertips here. Once again, you can bend into that right elbow if you want to check to make sure your hips are in line here. Keep pressing into the outer blades of the feet. Breathe in. And breathe out, softly release, crawl your hands back forward to frame out that left foot in your low lunge. Then softly release the right knee, untuck those toes, find your twist once more. Reach the left fingertips out in front of you and then up towards the sky. Breathe in. And breathe out. Lighten up on those right fingertips, finding your balance. Use strength here to press down into that left foot. Reach that left arm towards the back of your mat. Right fingertips stretch forward. So finding this open twist here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Start to twist back through center and wrap that left arm underneath the right, finding eagle arms here. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, melt your heart over that left thigh. Breathe in. And breathe out. Unravel your arms. Frame out that front foot. Tuck the back toes. Step back, downward facing dog. Start to pedal into the feet one at a time. Turn this into a slow, mindful walk to the top of the mat. Take as many steps here, feeling that connection, feeling rooted to the earth. And then once you get to the top, just shake your head yes, no, flutter the lips. Maybe you gently sway and ragdoll, whatever feels good to you. And then start to bend into that right knee and lengthen into your left leg as much as possible here. Bring your left hand down towards the center of your feet and bring your right hand onto your hip. See if you can start to twist your heart over towards the right here. Breathe in. And breathe out. Start to extend that right arm long towards the ceiling. Maybe you take a deeper bend in that right knee. You're going to feel a nice stretch up the IT band here. Inhale. As you exhale, release the twist and thread that right arm underneath the left, finding eagle wrap. Bend into the knees, start to lift all the way up through center. Keeping the eagle wrap, find a gentle back bend. And then unravel the arms, stretch the arms high overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold with a flat back, Uttanasana. Plant your palms, step your right leg back, low lunge. Exhale, left foot meets it, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward, high plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way down with control. Untuck your toes, press the tops of the feet down into the earth, baby cobra, heart lifts. Exhale, child's pose, sink hips over heels. Lengthen the arms out long. Take a full breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, back through tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Start to pedal into the feet once more. Walk all the way to the top of the mat, taking your time, being mindful with your movement. And once you get to the top, make sure your feet are about 2 fist distance apart. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe you take something different than you did last time. Maybe you take exactly the same motions. That's okay. Whatever feels good to you, your practice, your body. And then start to lengthen into your right leg. Take a deeper bend in your left knee. Bring your right hand down to the earth in between your feet. And then bring that left hand to the hip. See if you can twist your heart over to the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. Begin to extend that left arm high towards the sky. Breathe in. As you breathe out, thread that left arm underneath the right. Bend deeply into both knees. Lift up with eagle arms slowly. Just gently tilting back, lifting the elbows. And then unravel your arms. Stretch your arms high overhead. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, melt your heart forward and down. Bend into your knees. Step your left leg back. Low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward, high plank pose. Exhale to lower all the way down. Untuck your toes. Press the tops of the feet down into the earth. Baby cobra. Exhale. This time, tuck your toes. Come right back up through downward facing dog, or option to come up through your tabletop. Inhale, right leg sweeps high. Exhale, step it through center. Low lunge. Low lunge twist. Reach your right fingertips high as you breathe in. As you breathe out, stretch the right fingertips long over the ear, and then take that side pivot. Reach your feet over towards the left and keep crawling your hands back towards your left foot. Take your twist here. Stretch your left arm long towards the sky, flat back. As you exhale, release the twist. Crawl your hands back up to frame out that right foot. Breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, step that left foot up to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale, rise up with the breath. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward and down. Step your left leg back. Low lunge. Exhale, hips high. Down dog. Inhale, forward plank pose, belly button lifts up to the spine. Exhale to lower down either all the way or this time if you want to take it to Chaturanga Dandasana, feel free. Always have options and modifications in our practice, especially in our vinyasa, so do what feels good to you. Inhale, stretch your left leg high behind you. Exhale, step it through center, low lunge twist. Reach your left fingertips out in front of you and then up towards the sky. Broaden through your collarbones, breathe in. And breathe out. Stretch the left arm long over the ear. Find your Prasarita Padottanasana, turning all 10 toes to the right side. Then crawl that left hand back to connect to your right leg. Stretch your right arm high towards the sky. Take your twist here. Breathe in. And breathe out. Release the twist. Crawl your hands back to frame out that left foot. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, step your right foot up to meet your left. left. Inhale, rise up energetically, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward and back down, Uttanasana. Step your right leg back, low lunge. Exhale, left foot meets it, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward, plank pose. Exhale to lower down, maybe knees, chest, chin, maybe all the way. Maybe Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale for your back bend. That could be baby cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take a nice, steady, full breath in here. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, right leg rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through center, low lunge. Take your low lunge twist, reach your right fingertips out in front, and then up towards the sky. Send that right arm long over the ear, Prasarita Padottanasana, turn all 10 toes to the side. Keep crawling that right hand back to connect to your left leg. Stretch that left arm up towards the ceiling. Find your twist here. As you unravel this twist, start to bring that left arm underneath the right for your eagle wrap. Now, once again, you can always bring the backs of your hands to connect, or if that's even too much, you can just give yourself a hug. So wrapping your arms across your chest here. But press into all four corners of the feet, and slowly with a flat back, can you start to lift all the way up through center? Inhale here. Exhale, unravel your arms, stretch them high towards the sky, flying warrior. Exhale, warrior two to the top of the mat. Bend into that right knee, energize through the fingertips. Inhale, peaceful warrior, tip it up and back, lengthen through the side body. Exhale, extended side angle pose, so that right forearm connects to your thigh, and then sweep that left arm over the ear. Think about twisting here as well. So twisting and lifting your heart up towards the sky, spinning those right ribs underneath the left. Breathe in and breathe out. Take one more full inhale here. As you exhale, bring your gaze down to that front foot, low lunge, all 10 toes face forward. Step back, downward facing dog. Your in-breath draws the crown of the head forward. Your out-breath lowers you down to the earth. Inhale, upward facing dog. Thighs are lifted, pressing down into the tops of the feet. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg sweeps high behind you. Exhale, step it through, low lunge twist. Left arm reaches high, and then send it back over the ear, Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Keep crawling that left hand back towards your back foot. Reach your right fingertips high in your twist. Inhale here. Exhale. Slowly release your twist and start to thread that right arm underneath the left for eagle wrap. Root the arches of your feet down into the ground. Press down as you start to lift up. Using your core here. Unravel the arms, sweep them high, find length, flying warrior. Exhale, spin those left toes to the top of the mat, warrior two. Flip your front palm, peaceful warrior, tip it up and back. Exhale, side angle pose. Connect that left forearm to your thigh, sweep the right arm over the ear. And making sure here that your knee is not tracking in and sickling, but really gliding out towards your pinky toe here. So using your strength in your legs, breathing in and breathing out. Slowly bring your gaze down to that front foot. Release your hands to frame it. Low lunge. Step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale forward if you'd like to take a vinyasa flow here. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, heart rises. Exhale, hips lift. Downward facing dog. Take a full nourishing breath in here. Exhale, side out, let it go. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, step it through center. Low lunge. Then start to stretch that right arm high towards the sky. Low lunge twist. This time, start to lighten up on those light fingertips. Keep energizing through that back left heel. And then start to reach that right arm towards the back of your mat as you find your balance and squeeze your inner thighs. Lift up into your open twist here. Breathe in. And breathe out. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, twist your navel forward and start to wrap that right arm underneath the left. So finding a high lunge here, but with our eagle wrap. Breathe in. As you breathe out, can you fold and melt your heart over that right thigh? Inhale, lift your torso back up, gaze rises, and then step that left foot up to meet the right. Sink your hips back down towards the earth. Press into your feet and lift your left knee up into your chest. Finding our full expression of eagle pose. So wrapping that left thigh over the right. It can just wrap once, maybe it can wrap twice, or maybe you even just gently tap those left toes down to the ground. But squeeze your inner thighs here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, start to unravel the arms. Bring that left knee back up into the chest with you. And then as you exhale, can you send it all the way back with control into your low lunge? Take that low lunge twist once more. Right fingertips reach high towards the sky. And glide that right arm long over the ear. Pivot the feet. Crawl that right hand back to connect to your left leg. Stretch the left arm up towards the sky. Inhale here. Exhale. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, release the twist. Crawl the hands back to frame out your front foot. Low lunge. Step back. Downward facing dog. Option for a vinyasa here if you'd like to take it. Move as you. Exhale to lower down to the earth with control. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, tuck your toes, down dog. Take a full nourishing breath in. Exhale, sigh it out, flutter the lips, whatever feels good to you. One last side. Inhale, left leg rises high. Exhale, step it through center, low lunge. Low lunge twist, left fingertips reach up towards the sky, broadening through the collarbones here. Start to lighten up on your right fingertips. Glide that left hand towards the back of the mat. Using energy and control, can you start to lift the right hand off the ground, finding your open twist? So opening up through the chest, but really twisting from your navel. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, twist your navel back through center. Ravel that left arm underneath the right eagle wrap. Breathe in, high lunge. Breathe out, melt your heart over that left standing thigh. Inhale, lift back up. As you exhale, step your right foot forward, sink your hips back as you bend into your knees. Press into your left foot and lift your right knee up to your chest. And then start to wrap that right thigh over the left for Garuda, finding our eagle pose. So sink your hips back, squeeze your inner thighs. Breathe in and breathe out. Take one more breath in here. One more breath out. Slowly start to unravel the arms. Bring that right knee high up to the chest. And then with control, can you start to hinge, kicking it back, landing in a low lunge once more. Low lunge twist again, reach the left fingertips high. Glide that left arm long over the ear. Prasarita Padasana, wide-legged forward fold. Crawl the left hand back towards your right ankle. And reach the right arm high towards the sky. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more inhale here. Exhale, release, crawl the hands back through center, low lunge, step back, downward facing dog. Hips are high and elevated here. Inhale, ripple forward, high plank pose. Exhale to lower down through your flow. Inhale, heart rises. Exhale, hips lift high. And then gently release your knees down to the ground. Take a child's pose. Your arms can stay extended long out in front of you, or if you'd like to give your shoulders a break, feel free to draw them back to connect to your ankles, your feet, or maybe even just wing at your sides here. Let your forehead melt down. Find your breath. Sometimes finding stillness can be the most difficult challenge of a pose. So try to just surrender and allow yourself to cultivate that space here. So maybe noticing within the body, within the breath. If you're able to let go once again of those things that no longer serve you. Gently start to curl your hands back forward. Pull yourself back to a tabletop with your inhale. As you exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Start to take your feet out wide to the edge of your mat here. And then crawl your hands back towards your feet. So finding a wider forward fold. Let the crown of the head melt down towards the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Then we're going to sink it down into a Malasana, yogi squat. So start to spin your heels in towards one another and sink your hips down towards your heels. Now, if you're finding your heels are really lifted here, you can find more space by walking them out maybe a little wider. Maybe you take a blanket or a towel and roll them up underneath your heels. Option as well to bring a block or a prop under your seat for a supported variation. But try to think about lifting your heart here as you settle your hips a little deeper. Breathe in. Breathe out. Start to bring your right hand outside of your right foot. We're going to take an open twist here. So reach your left fingertips up towards the sky, winging that arm out. Breathe in and breathe out. Take one more inhale here. Exhale. Come back through center. Bring your hands down to meet the earth. Press your hips up high. Maybe you just sway a little bit side to side, let it go. And we'll come down one more time to take it to the opposite side. So just give yourself this moment to find the breath, to find a little shaking it out, whatever feels good to you. And then as you're ready, start to settle your weight back down towards your heels. Once again, as you find your balance, bring your hands into heart center. Lift the crown of your head high. Breathe in. And breathe out. Start to bring that left hand outside the left foot. Take that open twist here. So guide that right arm open, winging it here, broadening through the collarbones. Find expansion and space in this twist. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale here. As you exhale, release the twist. Bring your hands back to heart center. Take a full inhale. As you exhale, release your palms down. Press your hips up high. Sway it out once more. And start to heel toe your feet into center so they're about hips distance apart. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward and down. And start to crawl your hands back out in front of you to find a plank pose. Hold here for a moment. Energize through your core. Breathe in. Breathe out to release all the way down to the earth. And then settle your way back into a child's pose. Allowing yourself to just find the breath once more here. Inhale. And exhale. Begin to crawl your hands back towards you. Sitting into your sit bones, start to swivel your legs around. Finding ourselves in a nice, tall, seated pose. So begin to bend into your knees and plant your feet down firmly. And then just stretch your arms out in front of you and gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, start to release down onto your mats. And then walk your heels in nice and close to your sit bones. I'm going to scoot myself a little more forward here. But you want to bring your heels in close enough that you could almost tickle them or graze them with your fingertips. So keeping your feet about hips distance apart, start to bring your arms down at your sides. We're going to set up for 2 bridge poses today. So as you root down into all 4 corners of the feet, press into your arms and then lift your hips up towards the sky. Now, some options here. Your arms can stay right as they are. You can shimmy your shoulders underneath, bringing your shoulder blades closer together. And if you do that, maybe you interlace your fingers and press your knuckles down to find and cultivate even more space. Or another nice option is bending into your elbows and bringing your hands right along your hips. So just allowing yourself these options. Notice what feels best for you. And you always have the option as well to take a restorative variation of bridge. So if you do have a block, feel free to take it on any height setting and slide it underneath your sacrum if you'd like that support. Keep squeezing the inner thighs here, lifting and finding more space. And then as you exhale, slowly release upper, middle, and lower back, ground the entire back body down onto the earth. Take a full breath in to reset. Exhale, cleanse and let go. Then we'll set up for 1 more variation of bridge. Options again if you want to take a block, if you have one available, if you want to take any of the arm variations here. If full wheels in your practice and you would like to do that, that is another available option, but just know what feels good for you today and that it's different than yesterday. But start to crawl your feet in closer to you, press down and root through your arms and your feet, and then lift your hips up. Once again, maybe you take a different arm option this time, maybe you stick with what you had before. Always, always, always know you have options in your practice, just like you do in life. Inhale, find a little bit more space within your body, within your breath. And then exhale, let it go. Take 1 more full, nourishing inhale here. Exhale, softly, softly, softly release down. And then take your feet out to the edges of your mat and let your knees knock into center. Let one hand rest over your heart, the other over the belly, and just feel this connection to the rhythm of your breath. Maybe coming back to feeling that space within the chest, within the belly, and then allowing yourself to let go with each exhale. Gently start to bend into your knees, hug your knees into your chest. Find some soft rock side to side. And then start to rock up the length of your spine. So taking some rock and rolls to the top of the mat until you come into a seated pose. So start to extend your legs long in front of you. We're going to take a seated spinal twist, just like we did at the beginning of practice, but a different variation this time. So start by start by bending into your right knee and plant your right foot firmly on the ground and hug that right knee in towards your chest, lengthening that left leg long. Option to stay right here. If you want to take it further, you cross that right ankle over the left thigh. Now, if you want to take it even further still, maybe you bend into that left knee, making sure that you're still evening out through your hips. So know you have options and modifications with any of these poses. Start by bringing that right hand behind you. Press into the finger pads to lift your heart. Inhale, reach your left arm long towards the ceiling. Exhale, take that twist, hooking your left elbow over that right thigh, maybe finding a little bit more space in this twist than you did at the beginning of practice. Inhale to find length. Exhale to twist, bringing your gaze over that right shoulder. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, let it go. Slowly begin to unravel. Reach your arms high towards the sky, and then just take a counter twist over to the left. So slowly bowing the crown of the head down. And then gently unravel your legs. Bend into your knees. Walk your feet in so they're about hips distance apart, and your hands are facing towards the front of your mat. So fingertips facing forward, wrists stacked under the shoulders. We're going to come into an altar pose. So press down into the feet and the hands. Inhale, lift your hips high. Breathe in. Exhale, sigh it out. Slowly lower your hips back down, and then we'll just take it to the opposite side. So start by extending both legs long, flexing your toes. Keep lengthening that right leg. Bend into your left knee. Hug it in tight towards the chest. Option 1, stay right here for the twist. Option 2, cross that left ankle over the right and keep the right leg long. Or option 3, bend into that right knee. Bring your left hand behind you as a kickstand. Press your heart forward. Inhale, lift your right fingertips high. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. Exhale, wring it all out. And then slowly begin to unwind. Take that counter twist over to the right, softly bowing. And then start to lift yourself back through center. We'll take one more altar pose before we come all the way back down onto the mats here. So bend into your knees, plant into your feet, press into your hands. Inhale, lift your hips high. Exhale, sigh it out. Take one more breath here. Inhale, full deep inhale. Full deep exhale. Slowly release your hips down. Extend your legs out. And allow yourself to fully melt down onto the earth for Shavasana. If there's any other final pose calling to you, a supine twist, happy baby, feel free to explore that now. And if you'd like to just start to find your Shavasana, gently allow your eyes to close. Let your entire body begin to relax. Maybe noticing here if you've cultivated a little more space within you. Maybe noticing if the breath can travel through your body with a little bit more ease. Allow yourself in this moment to unwind, to completely let go. Slowly let your next in-breath be a little bit longer than the last. Let your next out-breath be a little deeper than the last. Begin to invite movement and life back into each limb. Circle into the ankles, circle into the wrists. Let the head sway side to side. And gently begin to roll onto either side of your choosing. Take a moment in fetal position. Root down through your palm to rise back up to a seated pose. You can keep the eyes closed or the gaze softly fixed. Connect back to your breath. Connect back to that intention of creating more room within the body, within the mind, within your life. Cultivating more space for the things we need, letting go of the things we no longer need. Allow your hands to meet at heart center. Take a full deep breath in. Exhale. Let everything go. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste, everyone.